I'm getting an image coming through, guys. What is it? It looks like a review of Amy's Crypt. How's it going? It's Mythos, and I'm finally looking at the channel Amy's Crypt like a bunch of you have asked. If you have any other channels you want me to check out, leave them in the comment section down below. Now, first off, I just want to say that I love that you guys trust me enough to ask for my opinions on channels which you'd like checking out, and I've seen Amy's Crypt's name a lot. Now, I just think it's because you kind of want a second opinion to see if they actually are legit. I don't think you're asking because you think they're fake, because they just don't give off fake vibes. But the thing is with Amy's Crypt, and why I kept saying their channel name and ignoring your requests, is because I seen that they are the ones who make the GhostTube apps. So I was like, no way, not even going to bother looking, because as we all know, we see a lot of people on YouTube using apps to fake their videos. So I guess those channels have gave apps just a bad reputation, and in my head I was just like, no way. I guess that bad stigma of apps has just been there because of those channels. But after watching Amy's Crypt, my mind may have actually changed a little bit on people using apps on their investigations, which I will cover a little bit later in this video. But I'm glad I finally looked into their channel. Doesn't it just show that the old saying is true? You can't judge a book by its cover. Now, obviously that's not exactly what I was doing, but you know what I'm saying. So I dived into their channel, and I've been adding each video to a playlist that I've watched, and I was planning on only, maybe watching 4, 5 or 6 or something like that. In the playlist, I've watched more than 50. And you know what's funny? Obviously on YouTube, you've got your subscription feed, but when you go to the YouTube homepage, it shows you random videos, recommended videos. I'm scrolling to see what's there. Nothing's really catching my interest. I might save something to watch later. But if I see an Amy's Crypt video, I'm like, oh, and I click on it straight away. This channel has shot up there as one of my favorite channels to watch. They're absolutely awesome. The thing that blows my mind is they've been all over the world. It gets really stale when you keep seeing people go to the same house, the same locations, and telling the same stories. I could probably off by heart just tell you the history of some well-known locations, because we see so many people go there and tell the same stories. When I first clicked on their channel, I was scrolling down and I was like, oh, they're English like me, because I've seen a bunch of places that I knew, and then I was like, oh no, there's loads of US places as well. When I eventually clicked on their videos, I was like, oh, they're Australian. They're a couple obviously called Amy, and also her husband called Jared. And I've got to say, these two are freaking hilarious. I'm not even joking. No channel has made me cry before, but they genuinely make me cry with laughter. Now, I'm sorry, Amy. I've got to say, it's mainly Jared. He absolutely freaking kills me. Obviously, people have different types of humor, but he genuinely makes me cry with laughter. One thing about Jared, okay, is that he's always up for Amy's challenges. One time she locked him up here, and did you notice this just fly by?
I'm just like, okay, the thing in there that said it was...
If you're a watcher of their channel, you'll know that Amy has a fear or a phobia of birds. Well, her reaction here to seeing one fly around sets Jared off. Oh my god.
Oh! I cannot see it, but I just didn't...
Oh my god, get that on replay.
No! I cannot see it, but I just didn't...
Oh my freaking god, when he screams and he breaks his handcuffs, that got me good. To be fair though, when he screams, it always sets me off. He's got his top off.
I thought you were touching me, but you weren't touching me.
Oh shit. But while we're on about him being locked up though, he is a good sport. Amy is always torturing him and giving him challenges.
Are you kidding me?
So how are you feeling about this plan B?
Obviously, come on, get me out.
Well, are the handcuffs starting to feel a bit more suitable?
Yes, just get me out.
How are we feeling in those cuffs, Jared?
Well, better than that headlock thing. But I am seriously traumatized after the incident at Brushy State.
And I can't forget his singing. When he's singing here and testing out the echo of the building, I was like, okay. And then when I realised what he was saying, I absolutely died. That is freaking epic. Shout out to Ace Ventura. Alrighty then.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Why don't you put one of these on?
Oh, that's cool. Sort of like a human trigger object, right?
Okay, hold on, just a couple more. They're at Gila County Jail, and there's apparently a spirit there that likes to grab butts. So what do Amy and Jared do? They stick their bums in this cell, but just wait.
Can you grab her butt?
So scared if something genuinely grabs my ass right now.
Okay, so not much action there with Amy's bum, but wait, it's Jared's turn.
Taking advantage.
Oh my god! Talk about relevant responses. That is freaking hilarious. They also do this in the Ancient Ram Inn, and again, just wait. You cannot write this.
You know what we do with butt grabbing ghosts though, Jared?
What do we do with butt grabbing ghosts?
Offer your bum up. He's grabbed dudes' bums.
Dudes?
Dudes.
Yeah.
Alright. Did it say bring it to me?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Alright, it's here.
Oh my god, freaking, how can it come up with that at that time? That is freaking funny, man. One more, I swear, this one tickled me. They're at somewhere where there's said to be some kind of spirit or demon called a creeper that crawls around the place.
So this is where they see the, what is it, 10-foot figure or something?
The creeper.
Oh my god.
They've got their ghost tube SLS, right, that picks up figures. So they wanted to see if they actually seen the creeper, would the SLS pick it up? So who pretends to be the creeper? Now some people are probably like, Mythos, what the hell are you even talking about? But this one got me good.
I'm a little curious if someone was on the floor like a creeper with the SLS register. Is that something we should test for science? Oh my god.
Did it work?
It looks so creepy. Yes, it worked. If one of them comes up on there, that.
Okay, so besides them being daft, the great thing about their videos though is there's just no BS with them regarding staging or faking. Now I can see how some people may disagree with me there though, because Amy and Jared go into investigations and you can tell that they believe in spirits. So when they're getting their responses, they obviously take that info as it's a spirit communicating with them. I keep seeing comments like, well no shit, blah-de-blah is fake because ghosts aren't real. So people who believe along them lines may instantly call these two fake because of that. But that just depends on certain people's beliefs. But at the end of the day, they're going out there to try and find evidence to show us if it's real or not. I guess it's just up to you to make your mind up. But the thing is with Amy and Jared, it's just raw investigations, not setting stuff up for entertainment or faking stuff to make an awesome video. Sometimes there may not be a lot happening, but because of the way they present their videos, with their editing, their B-roll, the voiceovers, videos, their history telling, the witness accounts. The videos are always top quality and entertaining. One example of this is their video at Chillingham Castle here in England. The history of that place is absolutely insane, and I've seen a lot of people go there and claim this and that. Amy's Crypt definitely could have done the same, but they didn't. They kept it real and didn't exaggerate and scream and run out of the place to put on a good show. As we know, a lot of channels take anything as an absolute positive. If a REM pod goes off, it's automatically a demon. If a phone app says something with a lot of people, that's automatically 100% paranormal evidence. And speaking of phone apps, I can't talk about Amy's Crypt without talking about GhostTube. As I said, Amy and Jared make the GhostTube apps, and honestly I think people can learn a lesson from these two on how you should use the apps. There are channels which use apps and base their whole video around what the app says. Amy's Crypt sometimes doesn't even acknowledge what it says, or sometimes they'll just be like, huh, that was weird.
God. You religious then?
See what I'm saying? On that one there, they're just like, are you religious? And then move on. Even the next word to come out straight after God is...
Murdered. Is this John we're still talking to or someone else? Oh, here.
They ask one little question and just move on. What I'm getting at is how many times when we see words come out, first of all, people just freak out, but they fight so much to make whatever the word is fit to some kind of story that they're trying to spin. I mean, there are obviously times where they try to figure out what a word does mean, something like this.
This doll in the corner though.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, this doll in the corner though is definitely lost.
Is that what you were going to say?
No. I was going to say terrifying, and there's a story to go with this doll, but lost is sort of interesting.
First of all, people would have just claimed, yes, that's what I was going to say. They do kind of try to see if lost did mean anything, but not how the fakers would do it, I think. They say...
Well, maybe like the spirits here, they're just sort of washed up on shore, right? Like maybe they're doomed to wander around these islands, I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like this is sort of a beacon, like this attracts the spirits from the canals, the waterways for Izochi-Milko, and oh my god.
And then just move on. You can tell they're like, huh? Could that mean this or that? But they're not fighting to fit it to the narrative. The fakers fighting to fit words to their story is one of the reasons why I've always been off about apps. But watching these two, I'm definitely a bit more chilled about them now because of the way they act with them. Now, there's a bunch of examples I could show like that, but there's also a lot of relevant responses which do kind of freak me out. Like the book grab one that made me laugh. But an example of that where I can think of where it made me go, whoa, hang on a minute, is this here.
Grave.
Okay, there are graves here.
I was going to say, were prisoners buried here?
There were 3 executions here, and the prisoners that were executed are buried within the jail. I believe that we had grave or something come up last time we were down here, did we?
You did.
Grave is actually a word that we received in this underground space during our last investigation years earlier.
Grave.
So that is pretty crazy. They're in the same place where there's actually people buried, and it comes out with grave both times while they're there. Either that is just a massive, absolutely insane coincidence, or something is going on, because come on. So as you can see, sometimes they use it to kind of fill in gaps, maybe see if anything kind of does line up or seem relevant, and when it does, like that grave clip there, that is pretty cool. And if something pops out that isn't relevant, they're not bothered and they just move on. Now, before this video, I emailed Amy's Crypt for a bit of info on the app because I seen that you can add words to it. So I was like, oh, well, there you go then. People are obviously going to fake it by adding their own words. They'll just add whatever they want to make sure it comes out on video. So instead of me butchering what they replied with, I'll just read it. So, we always think of ways to reduce the risk of our tools being misused by dishonest creators to fake content. For example, our custom dictionary will detect and notify of duplicate words being added to prevent users spamming the custom dictionary with relevant responses. And the way our app uses environmental sensors to select words makes it quite impossible for a person to intentionally trigger any specific word themselves. So that is awesome, because once I found out you can just add words, I thought, well, if people type in demon, lots of times there might be a high chance it pops up with demon when they're out using it. So that's good to know. In the past, I even give Ouija Brothers a bit of shit, a channel which I really like. I said they're awesome, but they use apps. But as I say, I think I'm easing off on them a bit now if I see people using them the kind of right way. If you're leading your video going off the apps and battling to make words fit, it's a no from me. I'm still not saying I'd use phones though. Personally, I just don't think they are for me, but if you want to, go for it. Just don't be silly with them, otherwise someone will call you out. So anyway, now that my app rant is over, I just want to point out one thing that people have critiqued, and it's the thumbnails. A lot of people automatically put down anything with demon in the thumbnail and title down as fake. But check it out. This place or that place is known locally as the Demon House, the Poltergeist Inn. Guess what? I'm calling it that as well, because that's become its name. A lot of people just make stuff up, like calling something the Skinwalker Forest when it's literally not even called that. But if something is now known as that, then personally I don't see anything wrong with calling it that yourself. A video of Amy's may say Demon Castle or something, but once you watch and listen to her tell the history, you will realise that that's most often the case. The place is known as that or something, and then when you get into the investigation, they don't really focus on that. They may mention it again, that this place is known by that, and that's what the case is. But if people are going out saying demon this and demon that, got attacked by a demon, I've summoned a demon, that's just an absolute load of rubbish. But I can see why people are putting the two together, because they haven't clicked on the videos to see. This might say demon, hers might say demon, but both videos are very different. One thing I think is fantastic about AMYSCRYPT is their website. I love a good blog and a good informative website, and I love photography of these cool places that they visit. If you check it out, she has stories of where she's been to and information on those places. She also directs you to them if you want to go there yourself. You can click up here, and as I said before, she's been all over the world. Just look at this. So I'm going to click on England, and now there are all her English places she's visited. There's links to those videos where she's been, and also, as I said, all of the info on them pages as well. I absolutely love this. In the future, if I go all over the place like this, I want to document things like that as well. This is a massive inspiration to me. So as you guys said, I've finally checked out AMYSCRYPT, and I would give Amy and Jared a huge thumbs up. I absolutely love their videos and the vibes they give off. They seem like nice, genuine people and always make me laugh. I also love their investigations. They always have fun, but at the same time always do really good investigations and very entertaining videos. If you haven't already, make sure you check their channel out, which I will link below. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you in the next one.